Hi, I'm Angie.
I'm Rhonda.
And we are Adventures in No Madness. So picking your RV is a daunting task. There's hundreds of them out there. How do you sort through all of them to pick the right RV for you? Well, stay tuned and we'll go through our process of how we picked our full-time RV.
Right here from LaConner in Washington State.
Ooh, pretty. What are you doing?
I love our RV.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We're going to have some really great content coming up in the future, including a tour of our Escape, a tour of all the mods that we have done, all the stuff we've done to the back of our truck to get that ready, plus a campground review of the 1,000 trails here in LaConner, and some other really great stuff coming up. So, when I said, let's go up to Canada to look at this egg-shaped looking white travel trailer, what were you thinking?
I said, what the hell are you thinking? And what is that fiberglass thing that looks like an egg? So, and I also said, where the heck is Chilliwack, Canada? So I had never been there, didn't know where it was. Why would we want to go that far? So all of those things. But we eventually went up there, checked it out, and the second I saw it live, I loved it.
Yeah, we really had some pretty cool parameters. So the question is, when you're picking out your RV, how the heck do you, wander through all those hundreds of different choices out there to find the right RV for you? Well, here's how we did it. And I do have a list here because she's the list queen and it's kind of caught on with me after a while. So why did we choose Escape? Part of it was our past experience. This is our third travel trailer, so we knew what we liked and what we didn't like, at least somewhat, but there's a lot of things to look out there, but we really did look at our past experience.
And I would say if you don't have experience, like how do you get it? You can rent it, you can watch YouTube, go onto forums, that kind of thing, and talk to people.
Yeah, so if you're choosing your RV, there's a lot of different ways to get more information out there. Size is like a big, huge parameter. Bigger size is not always better, guys. So for us, we wanted to go as small as possible. We went with a 21 foot. Escape does have some other models up there, a 17, a 19, a 21, and a fifth wheel. This was the perfect size. We didn't want to go with the fifth wheel version because we'd have to give up all that space in the back of our truck. I don't know if you can see our truck there, but that was really important with us because of the adventure stuff we have back there. So small because of, which included the height and the width on that, and because?
Well, we wanted to be able to get in national parks and state parks, and if you're curious as to how we got into such a small RV, check out our downsizing videos that we've done previously.
Ah, good plug there. Another thing we were really looking at when we picked out Escape was we'd never really thought about going fiberglass. When I started reading more reviews and more information about fiberglass trailers, they're lightweight. They're also a little bit more bomb-proof when it comes to leaking. So because of the fiberglass and lightweight component of that, the molded part of that, it seemed like a really great thing for us to do here in the Pacific Northwest, where we do have a considerable more rain. And in different climates like Alaska will be up there as well. So, less maintenance as far as the seams.
One of the things that we wanted was a lot of windows, and we wanted to be able to boondock. If you're not familiar with that term, it just means you're not going to have any hookups. And for us, that drove a decision to have solar and to have 2 batteries and 2 propane tanks.
Which a lot of models we looked at didn't have 2 propane tanks or some of those things that we wanted right up the front, which was another reason that drove us to Escape, was how customization that we could do. There was a big list of stuff that wasn't really kind of on their list that we could add also. So we were totally solar ready. We had 2 solar panels on top. We were able to upgrade to 2 6-volt AGM batteries. The list goes on and on. We were able to pick our own flooring, our own countertops, our own fabric on the dinette, on and on and on, extra doors, extra windows. So that was really nice as far as that. And that was another reason, because it's kind of rare to be able to find that in the RV industry. Another reason that drove us to Escape was their customer service. Mm-hmm. So when we've gone onto the forums and Facebook sites, people kind of rave about their customer service. And if you look at Facebook groups such as RV Horror Stories, you'll get a lot of bad customer service types of stories, and we wanted to avoid that. Another reason we went to Escape, one of the things we were looking at when we're looking at how we're going to use this. Now this is a full-time rig for us. So for us, we really had some particulars, and one of them was we didn't want slides. Now I know that's a little cray-cray in the RV world, not having slides, because everybody has them. They're built. We had a hard time finding RVs with no slides. We didn't want slides because of the extra weight.
Yep. Potential for leaks, or just more maintenance. So that was one of the big things that drove us to this particular model, because there just aren't a lot out there for whatever reason that don't have the slide outs anymore.
Another thing we were looking at too was how 4-season is it? This is not considered a totally 4-season RV, however, because there's like Bigfoot and other ones that are considered all season or 4-season. This is not, but with the extra options we had in, it's at least a 3.5 season, and we can make it work for 4-season, depending on how we use it. But one of the things we were able to do was to add extra insulation in the bottom, as well as tank heaters, and we have the thermal windows. So again, more customization that made this more of an all-season RV, which is boop boop, pretty awesome, because we do want to take this into some colder climates.
And the other thing is budget and what you already have. And for us, we already had a truck. Our experience was trailers, so we didn't want to go to a fifth wheel or Class A, Class C.
Yeah.
So it really kind of ruled that out. So for us, it was really just trailer based. But that is one of the major decisions that anyone that's looking for an RV has to make, is to what type you want, what size, as we talked about. So budget and that are your bigger parameters that we don't want to skip. And then the last thing that I want to look at is just all the bells and whistles. So, what type of cabinetry, what kind of lighting, what kind of radios, and all that kind of stuff. And for me, that's what I call lipstick on potentially a pig. So make sure that if you're wooed and by all of the bells and whistles and fancy cabinetry, that you're looking underneath all of that stuff and making sure that you have good foundation. And a foundation for an RV is your axles and axle weight and that kind of thing. So make sure you do that, as well as Angie mentioned, customer service and warranties.
So our recommendations for you, that was all the parameters we had. That's just how we chose this RV. The list, as we were kind of looking, got a little bit slimmer and slimmer as far as the actual things that we wanted. So we did a lot of research, and the spreadsheet queen here had a long list of the pros and cons of each and every one of them, and this one went out on every single feature out there. And after 2.5 weeks, we love it. Almost 3 weeks. 3 weeks of living in it now as of tomorrow. Whoop whoop.
So I want to add one more thing before we leave you. When you're looking at RVs and you think you're close to it, make sure you go back and revisit that RV multiple times. We shot videos. We visited the same ones over and over, the ones that we thought we were going to pick, and we ended up not picking them, because you start to see the things that maybe are going to bother you over time. But it's important to sit where you're going to sit, lay in the bed, stand in the showers, do all that. So make sure that you don't just kind of walk through and kind of bypass that. Look where the outlets are, look where your lights are, do all that kind of stuff.
And you'll go back, like Rhonda said, and sit in it again and again and again. So our top recommendations for you, if you're choosing your next RV or your recreation RV or your full-time RV, our top recommendations are, obviously do your homework. If you're thinking about a Class C, that's one of the easiest things to rent. We've rented a Class C twice in Alaska. The first time we kind of liked it. The second time we're like, nah, I don't know that we'd want to do this, but maybe in the future when we're old ladies and hunched over, we don't want to hook up tow bars and sway bars and that kind of thing, then we might switch to a Class C. But there's a lot of Facebook groups out there, forums. The Escape forum was absolutely phenomenal with all the information we were able to get ahead of time, and we could call Escape anytime and ask them questions. They were really fast in replying. So having that relationship with them and with the different owners out there was really key. So if you're thinking about your RV, really look and ask people what they think of them, because people will tell you if they love them or not, and any of the problems and the customer service they've had or haven't had when they have any warranty work or any type of maintenance work done. What is your budget And you know, travel trailer to me is probably on the lower end of what you can spend. Obviously you can spend quite a bit for a travel trailer if you don't have a tow vehicle. So if you're buying a new truck and a trailer, that's obviously going to add up. We already had the truck, so we didn't have to buy that, so it was a good choice for us. But if you're looking at a Class A or a Class C, we do recommend buying used. For, you know, 3 travel trailers, we ended up buying new each time. We got a good screaming deal the first time. Second time we couldn't find it used.
Yeah.
Third time you can't even find these
used. It's just a lot
so.
of reasons.
So we definitely, you know, recommend buying used if you can, because if you drive something off the lot, your depreciation is just crazy when you drive off the lot right away. And like I said, renting, but also getting it inspected. It doesn't matter if it's brand spanking new or a used RV. You want to have a certified inspector inspect that RV, because they'll find something even in a brand new RV. We had a couple minor things so far with this. They were easily fixed by us, so it wasn't a big deal. We're going to have an inspector out in about a week and a half and do like a 3 to 4 hour inspection on that, just to make sure that everything is operating as it should be, and then we can take this back up to Escape up to the dealer. If
ideally, you'd want to do it before you buy, but in our
Ideally.
particular case, that didn't work out too well, so we had to do it afterwards.
Yeah, but it all works because we can take it back up there for warranty work. So those are our top recommendations for choosing your next RV and how we chose this one. And so how do we feel after 3 weeks? Oh man, best choice ever.
Yes, no regrets. Happy travels.